compound. Welcome back to another episode of Modern Motors. As you guys can clearly tell, if you guys know, if you've been following us for a while, you know that we're in Texas. In Toto, we are no longer in Texas. We are in Oklahoma, which is...
Did you say Toto?
Yeah. We are about 4 hours away from home. Just went to Austin last week, which was about 6 hours there and back. Today it's been about, or not today, but this weekend is about 4 hours there, 4 hours back. A total of 8 hours. So we've been spending a lot of time in the Stelvio, and we thought 5,000 miles later, we're really almost like 7, but we'll say 5,000 miles later, what do we think about our Stelvio now that it's been at home with us and it's spent a little bit of time? We've come to 5 things that we either love or hate about our Stelvio, but 5 things that we've noticed overall about our Stelvio, and we're gonna share them with you guys today. Yeah. First point is storage.
The first thing.
Come on, dude. Crystal said this idea was corny, so we so I made her do it. But the first point is storage. We clearly have more storage than our Giulia, which we really like. We enjoy this having extra space.
This is my mom's car.
Battery's under here now, so you get a little bit more storage kind of out this way that you didn't get in the Giulia.
Yeah.
Obviously, because there is no trunk in the hatchback, there's a ton more space this way. And as if we clearly found out, we put a whole bunch of tires for our 20-inch wheels, and they fit just fine. Inside cabin space, it feels pretty similar to the Giulia, and we're going to be comparing this to the Giulia a lot because obviously that's the 2 cars that we have. If you're looking between the 2, this may be a good video for you. But everything as far as like the cabin wise, the seats are pretty much the same things from the Giulia. So everything, like as far as the spacing to the doors, everything's about the same. It just feels a little bit elongated, and you get all of that really in the trunk space. What we love is like obviously the storage here, because the doors are a little bit bigger into a longer body. Then we have bigger storage down here in this door trim. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Storage, right? Storage is the first point.
Storage is the first point.
Our second point is, obviously where we're at right now is we're on a family vacation with all of our family behind us. So if you guys notice in the back here, I don't know if you guys can really tell, but I'm gonna try to show you. There's a Lexus RX 350 back here. There is a Dodge Durango. There is a Chevy Silverado. And then there's our Stelvio, meaning I've had the privilege of driving all of those cars. And I can tell you that the Stelvio for an SUV feels very much like a sedan. Feels very sporty, feels very light. So when I was looking for an SUV, honestly, the Stelvio didn't really cross my mind to begin with. I was looking at everything else but that. And then when we went to go test drive it, I really fell in love with it. I actually, when I went to go drive, if you guys remember during Vlogmas, I went to go drive a white one, because I thought we needed to add one to the channel to kind of just grow the Alpha content. And I actually really fell in love with it. It felt just like the Giulia, just enlarged. I'm kind of a big guy, if you guys have seen me in person. And so like my shoulder width, it's a little bit tight. I mean, Crystal fits in both, but it's a little bit tighter in the Giulia for me versus the Stelvio. And I know some assholes are probably gonna say lose some weight, but hey, if you don't want to do that and you want a little bigger of a cockpit,
you want to live comfortable.
You want to live comfortable, the Stelvio might be the right fit for you. But no, it does feel very much like a sedan. It feels very quick, it feels very responsive, it feels very light. Because it is that aluminum chassis, you still feel nimble, and very good steering radius. Everything's still from the Gregoria platform, so it just feels very, very Alpha.
Yep.
This is gonna be a very controversial topic, but basically there is a problem with the Alphas, the Giulias and the Stelvios. Because I've had my Giulias tuned for so long, I never really noticed it. And then I saw somebody go complaining about it in the forums, and I realized I have the same problem with my Stelvio. When you step on the gas, it feels like there's a little bit of a delay. Now you can call it due to the boost, but really that's not boost building up. There's just like a delay in the throttle. Some people say it only happens in the turning radius. I didn't find that to be true. I found that just trying to engage, there's almost like it's not noticeable to the, like, it's not like drastic, but you do feel like if you're trying to get onto oncoming traffic, you kind of have to prepare for that delay. So this is this is the throttle control. As you guys see it all the way down there, it's actually plugged into the throttle.
There it is.
And so all this does is it's supposed to just change the position of which you lay your foot on the throttle, which doesn't necessarily increase horsepower, it doesn't increase throttle response, doesn't really do much of anything. But for the purposes of the boost lag in the beginning, it just feels like it engages the throttle a lot quicker. I'm used to older cars, Japanese cars, drive-by-wire, just very responsive throttles. That gives me more of a normal feel, if you will, for me. So if you have a Stelvio, if you have this problem, or if you buy a Stelvio and you feel that problem, that may be a good solution for you. Now I will say there are some, and we're gonna make a whole separate video about throttle controls, but there are some things to note. They can run to potential safety concerns. Now I will say that we did have a throttle control fail on us. A very scary thing, because it launches your car and there's no way to stop it other than trying to cut off your car, which is not very cool. So I will say that I did have that happen to me, and this is the same one that I bought all the way back in like 2017, and it's worked flawlessly, and it's probably the only one that I really trust. But I really love my version 1, and there's nothing that would make me sell this one at this point. But yeah,
Sure.
so that throttle response is probably my main complaint with the car. Okay, so this is kind of like the same thing as like it feeling like a sedan, but it's not really. So we're gonna just talk about the drive altogether. The drive height, first and foremost, it sits a lot higher than the Giulia. It's a sedan, it's a SUV, it's not a sedan. So just you feel very lifted, you feel very good. I like the ride height. It's not too high, it's not too low. It's honestly, it feels perfect for me. I may add lowering springs to it, but honestly, I like it just the way that it is.
Me too.
I don't want to be in a sedan. If I wanted that, I would jump in my Giulia. I love exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't, you know. But no, this is a perfect ride height. The Q4. So if you guys know, we have an open diff on the Giulia, meaning just one wheel spins. This is all-wheel drive, or the Q4. I have a buddy that, obviously, a few friends that have Q4s, and they raved about it and how much they loved it. Now driving the Stelvio in the Q4, I wish I would have got my Giulia in the Q4. Obviously, it couldn't do those cool burnouts and all the cool stuff, but you just feel very secure if you're very planted, and it feels very responsive just on the go. As soon as you hit that, you know, throttle, if you want to just go fast, you just feel all wheels engaged, and it's just a very good drive altogether. And because, like I was mentioning, it is an aluminum chassis, it is very light, it does feel very good, and it's just a good drive altogether. Again, it's still turbo. If you guys don't know, if you're watching this and you don't own a Stelvio, 4-cylinder turbo, so you still pick up really nice boost, and it feels very good.
Yeah, I love it.
This is a bonus round. This wasn't our last point, but we can talk about maintenance a little bit, and there's going to be a whole separate video about the 50,000 mile maintenance and the 40,000 mile maintenance. But maintenance overall, we haven't spent that much into it. Obviously, from the Giulia to the Stelvio, tires get more expensive because they're bigger. That sucks. That sucks. But you know, obviously the tires are going to be a factor for when it comes to the maintenance costs. A little bit more money. Oil changes about the same. I paid 150 bucks for the oil changes.
Here in Texas.
In
DFW, actually.
In DFW area. Brakes, same thing. We paid about, I think, 800 bucks here in the DFW area.
We did get an alignment recently.
We did get an alignment. Now, I wouldn't go to Alfa for their alignment because I think they're trying to charge some people some crazy prices, even in the DFW area.
We paid 150 for ours.
Paid 150 for an alignment at Motec. The only problem that I've had a check engine light come up, which, if you guys know, with my Giulia, I had no check engine lights come up, and pretty much the whole time until I started tuning it and beating on it and driving 12,000 miles, you know. But other than that, this is throwing check engine light a little bit quicker. It was self-resolved, went away, but it is something that I am watching.
We did buy this used.
And that's such a great point.
Yeah.
When you buy a used car, expect to have used car problems. People, especially that lease them, may drive it, beat on it, use it, and then not take care of it. Now, we know, me and Crystal know, when we buy a used car, we usually buy it severely under market because people either don't know about the car or they don't know where they can get the most money from. But that comes with its own slew of problems. Means that they probably didn't take care of it. We knew that this car wasn't taken probably care of the best, meaning we immediately got oil changes, we immediately started doing maintenance on it, immediately got tires, immediately started doing things that are going to prolong the life of it, tune-ups, all that good stuff. And this is one of the things which happens when you buy a used car. Don't go complaining that Alfas aren't reliable when you don't maintain your car. You buy a used car and then you immediately start trying to do what we do in Modern Motors videos, and that's not the right thing to do. Again, used cars have used car problems. You want new car problems, buy a new car. And I'm not going to pay $50,000 for that thing behind me. I'd much rather pay $20. 50% off and a few $1,000 and some fixes. I would say call it a win. I would call it a win. And the last thing, it's a negative thing, and I know you guys hate when I'm negative at Alfa Romeos because, oh my god, it's the worst thing ever. Like the steering wheel, the seats, some of the things are just pulled from the Giulia and thrown straight into the Stelvio. And although, yes, it saves costs, I would have liked a few other things to have been thrown in there, like a steering wheel specifically for the Stelvio. I do feel like the steering wheel is a little bit smaller. Again, completely fixable with a different steering wheel from a different year, because we're going to end up putting the 2021 one into this car, so it's a fixable thing. But I would have liked a few things to be a little bit more exclusive to the Stelvio.
Yeah, the Tonale is pretty exclusive.
The Tonale is its own thing on its own, and I get it. You know, some hate, love, whatever. This is the Gregorio platform. I understand that they're the same concept, but I would have liked a few things just teeny bit tailored.
Like, ooh, it's only in my Stelvio.
Yeah, you know, or just like the dash, or not the dash, or like the infotainment center. I would have liked it maybe just a little bit inched towards closer, or maybe angled a little bit towards the driver, because it's so long. It just feels like, I don't know, it feels weird to me. But that's it. Let me throw this in there because there's gonna be that one guy. I want to remind you guys,
disclaimer.
You guys see me on YouTube and you think, man, that guy is a somebody. Nope, I'm just a guy out here in the middle of Oklahoma with a camera.
Nowhere.
Just sharing my opinions with you guys on the camera.
Yeah.
Do not come for me. I'm just a normal car guy, okay? Just a normal guy, just giving my opinion and things that I've personally noticed about the car. Do not come for my neck or my throat and say that I'm killing the platform, okay? I just give my honest thoughts out here. I'll say this to end it off. I will not trade my Stelvio for any other SUV. I thoroughly enjoy my Stelvio. Me and Crystal talk about this all the time, and we're gonna make a Giulia versus Stelvio video comparison. But
which one to buy?
I will tell you, I'm personally in my Stelvio majority of the time, no matter how cool or how modded my Giulia gets. I thoroughly enjoy my Stelvio.
We drive this thing every single day.
And we just drove it. I mean, we just beat on it for 8 hours around here. It's been going through the gravel. It's been going through I mean, we've just been bucking.
Yeah, we're in the middle of
we're in
the middle of the mountains.
We've been beating on it. This is where we're in today's video. We have more videos obviously coming. We really appreciate you guys for watching another one of our videos. And we'll see you guys very early this week. We have a ton of ideas that we're thinking about to make videos on. So just bear with us. We'll be back.
We're on vacation.
We're on vacation.
But we're here.
And I will say this. We do respond to a lot of you guys, and I think somebody deleted their messages or got upset with us because we didn't respond.
Took too long.
We took too long. Hey man, we gotta focus on our mental health too. So as much as we try to respond to everybody all the time, there's some times where we need a little bit of break. So just bear with us. If it takes us a little bit while to get back to you, just know that we are human and have lives, and we try to spend time with our family. That's it. That's all I'm gonna throw in there. Bye. Later, guys. See you guys. This video was sponsored by my parents. Thank you for inviting us out to Oklahoma. We had a really good time. They're watching our son right now, so we can go make this video. Love you guys. It's been a very cool trip, a very cool weekend, and I love spending time with my family. So shout out to my parents. Hopefully you watch this, and if you guys didn't watch this, shame on you, because you guys should be watching this.
I expect you to comment down below.
Yeah, I expect you to comment down below. That's proof that you saw this. Say
you didn't see this.
This is Modded Motors parents, and we're commenting.
Family meeting after this.
Modded Motors parents commenting here, and if you don't comment that, we're having problems. We'll see if you guys really watch my videos.
We'll be waiting at the cookout like, oh, they didn't bring it up, huh?
Oh, well, okay, interesting. Okay. Anyway.